Alright, folks, here it is. It's time. It's time. It's Vader/Go time. Cornucopia of Violence is next. Let's go ahead and book a match. It's going to be one-on-one. It's going to be a ladder match because that's how you decide titles, baby. Scotty Mac versus Jarrell Clark. Oh, well, of course, it's a title match. There is a belt up there. The winner is going to be Jarrell Clark. Jarrell Clark is going to... Would Scotty Mac take a sick bump? No, he wouldn't. Well, that's okay then. He can do it clean. The aftermath is Jarrell Clark celebrates. This is to kiss off their big feud. And we got to get Doc Dean versus Jamie Dundee. Let's make this a hardcore match. Jamie Dundee versus Doc Dean. There is no title on the line. The winner is going to be Doc Dean. Doc Dean's going to do it clean. The aftermath is going to be Doc Dean will celebrate. That's going to end this feud. Then of these two, which has more heat? Lazarus versus Onyx. Fair match, one-on-one. I could see these guys doing an Iron Man match. Lazarus versus Onyx. People just want to see these guys wrestle. The win is going to Onyx. Onyx clean. Then Onyx will celebrate. Actually, no. After a feud of this magnitude and this insane a matchup, I'm gonna make them shake hands. I don't care that Lazarus is a bad guy. He's got too much respect. Not losing this feud, he's not in my league. I'm going to continue anyway. No. Onyx doesn't lose at this point. I thought you loved him, Lazarus. And then it's going to be Black Dragon versus Robbie Moxie. Wait, not just a singles match, come on. Falls Count Anywhere match between Black Dragon and Robbie Moxie. Actually, hang on, I want to take a look at the particulars of their feud. Go ahead and give Robbie Moxie this one. One-on-one. Falls Count Anywhere. Black Dragon and Robbie Moxie. There's no title on the line. going to be a win for Robbie Moxie. It's going to be a clean win. The aftermath is going to be a handshake. And they're going to end the feud that way. Geez, after Jamie Dundee agreed to lose to Doc Dean in a hardcore match, I almost want to make sure that I specified they're going to end the booking. Yeah, okay. He's just not as much of a little bee in apartment 23 or whatever as Lazarus is, I guess. That's just how it's gonna be in apartment 23. Well-known plan could play, have the event logo on the ring apron, have pyros for ring entrances. Well, we could do those things, but pyro, it's very 90s. Early 2000s, maybe. It's kind of a WCW, it's a Monday Night War thing. Let's have a nice opening match to get things rolling. Just have Todd Sexton come out and beat up Dysfunction. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. No title on the line. It's just a win for Todd Sexton. If a guy as over as Todd Sexton is, doesn't get the fans warmed up, I don't know what's going on in the world. Let's start with an interview with Onyx. There you go. Calling out Lazarus to continue the feud. Let's get an interview in with Jamie Dundee. Talking about Doc Dean. Pushing that feud to new heights. Let's go ahead and do a single work with manager segment here. This is going to be Ms. Vanessa with Scotty Mac. And they're going to be targeting Darrell Clark for the feud. And then following that, what do we want to do right here, guys? Do we want to have an angle? Other angles? Who's celebrating his recent success? Doc Dean is celebrating his recent success. Yeah. That seems like it's more official than what I was actually thinking. I didn't realize there wasn't any sort of like... Workers warming up for the match. Let's see if having our champion warm up is exciting enough as a segment. Let's have the logo on the apron. 30 grand to have the event logo on the ring apron. That's a lot of money. 60,000. Half pyros is 80,000. Apparently having the logo on the ring apron is the least cool thing that you can do, aside from nothing. Let's give it a shot. If I'm under by 30, if I lose money by 30 grand, then I'll know why. Wow, the crowd's already pretty warmed up. They must really like those ring aprons. Onyx gained overness. Hopefully that's enough to make Lazarus be a little less whiny about the feud. Black Dragon lost overness from the match, but gained overness from the feud ending, and Robbie Moxley also gained overness from the feud ending. The fans are into it, man. I mean, 52 for the kinds of crowds I've been having lately, that's amazing. Now, let's take a look at the Iron Man match. Both of these two gained overness from the feud ending. Lazarus lost overness from the match, but gained overness from the feud ending. Hopefully, he'll be able to see that this was the right call. First fall. Oh man. Onyx face jams Lazarus. 1, 2, 3 for the first fall. Onyx defeats Lazarus. Second fall. These guys have pretty good arrangement here. Lazarus pins Onyx for the second fall. The third fall. Lazarus extends his hand to Onyx, and it's accepted. They shake. Ms. Vanessa's backstage with Scotty Mac. They have a pretty good angle, talking about the world title match. Doc Dean gained overness from the feud and the match. Jamie Dundee gained overness from the feud. The crowd is super into it. It was a 90% quality match. They should be into it. Nice. Flying cookie sheet shot by Doc, blasting JC Ice. Joe Clark lost overness by warming up. Well, what the hell ever. Joe Clark gained overness from the feud ending. Scotty Mac also gained overness from the feud ending, and the VCW Championship title belt gained in image. 75% crowd reaction. That's one of the hottest crowds we've ever had for a match. 92% match quality. It was an excellent match itself. The overall rating, 83%. I couldn't really ask for much more out of this show. Cornucopia of Violence is one for the ages, folks. 73% overall rating. There's a lot of room for improvement, but I'm proud of what our boys have done here tonight. A little bit disappointed that Lazarus decided that he was going to be a little bit hissy-fitty about having that angle end that way, but it was just too good. Robbie Moxley, the last feud rocked. It helped his career a lot. Onyx is losing morale because I'm not pushing him enough. I just made him win a feud with a guy who was like 20 over him. Onyx, he's losing so much morale because his feud rocked and helped his career a lot. Doc Dean. I think my last feud went very well. 301 people saw that. I did not make, you know, if I had sold, if I'd sold 5 times the tickets or something like that, maybe I could have paid off the, no, I could have paid off the amount it cost to have ring apron logos. But what are you going to do? Other people have other things. Elizabeth retired, Paul Heyman's retired, Madman Pondo, Dr. Luther. MLW has been promoted to a late night slot. ROH has been promoted to a late night slot. NWAW have a new TV show on Saturdays. Godfather left FLI. Sherry Martel left ROH. Bones McCoy. I imagine he's a medic. Tim Gunn left staff at WLW. Larry Duncan has a month left on his contract. Beth Bean no longer under contract. Jeff Adams Design have ended their sponsorship with Canadian Golden Combat. We made $192,000 off of merchandise. Our public image is improving every month. We're making money every month. Hollywood Grappling Company have issued yet another bankruptcy warning. And it's Enigma's birthday. Happy birthday. So let's increase our merchandising. Make that change. Because I want to make the world a better place. I'll take a look at myself and I'll make the change. Change. Na 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 na. Woo. So Lazarus, how upset are you? You're not really that upset, are you? You're 75 over. Onyx is 65 over. These two had an amazing feud. Onyx, if you remember a couple of months ago, was like unknown when we first hired him. And then we just put him into a feud with his lover, and all of a sudden they are unstoppable. Oh man. Let's take a look around here. Obviously, that was a shorter event than a lot of our events. We need to hire at least 2 more wrestlers. Our small roster makes us look unprofessional. We get staff of 60 or below. Our contract for VCW TV is coming to an end. We could get a .8 rating if we wanted. I should put Scotty Mac more. I should put Jarrell Clark on. There's a lot of guys I should push more. Trent Baker would be best served by getting the hell out of rehab. Miss Vanessa really needs a gimmick of some kind. She's our top draw, though. She's our number 2 babyface and our top draw. Everybody wants to take a look. It's rumored that Stone Cold's coming to the end of his contract. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Spike Dudley has talent and charisma. He's not a young guy. Funaki is an independent worker. Okay. Sean Stasiak, Tori Wilson, Bill Buchanan. These guys are all Mark Anderson. Johnny Grunge is unemployed and has charisma. Don Maria is unemployed and has charisma. Crusher Chase, youth charisma and talent. I think we did look him up recently, though, and we're not really that impressed. We are still at roughly the right ticket prices for things. That's good. Ed Easter, our head medic, is currently coping with the workload. We have 1 more month with Veteran Ament, is that right? Yes. Alright. Training camp. Let's open a training camp. Are you sure? It'll cost an initial $100,000 for the facilities. No, I'm not sure. I have, let's see, $1,112,959. You know what? Let's open a training camp. The Vulture Nest. There you go. Let's improve them to average. Because we have $1 million. Now I have $12,959. Now let's change the trainer. We don't have a trainer. We need to get a trainer, guys. Let's go look up other staff. Are we still looking at 60 or below? Let me double check actually before I make a hire with Sophie. We should assign a head trainer to the Vulture Nest. Yes, we should. And we should hire 2 more wrestlers. So we got a lot to do, folks. We got magic to do just for you. Hey, Hazel. James Loeb is the only trainer at this skill level. What do you want in a contract? You want a 2-year verbal contract for 22 grand? Oh. I guess I don't have much choice, do I? 22 is reasonable. I can offer that contract. Alright. So let's head on back. And go back to the training camp and change the trainer. Now we have a trainer. Now it's open. Didn't have a trainer before, so it couldn't be open. Although I suppose what I could have done was search for a wrestler who can also serve as a trainer. But we don't need to be cutting corners at this point. We're VCW. We've got insane cash. Our cash is crazy. All right. Now then. Let's look for workers out there in the world. Workers of the world, untie. Let's search Hollyweird Grappling Company. They got good guys, right? Like this Billy Reel character. Be willing to work for us. Potentially. Like your style, man. 23 grand. Well, you are sometimes known for being lazy in the ring. I like that less. Look at you. You're okay. Oh, hey, girl. Would you be interested in coming back, El Majito? Under a written contract for 3 years? Okay. 10 grand. Hazel's playing a game right now. 10 grand. 11 grand. 12 grand. 13 grand. 14 grand. El Majito, I want you back. You can't stand on this keyboard, kitten. I mean, you can, you just did. You have the physical capability, but I don't want you doing it. Kid Video Fabulous. That was a guy that I keep hearing about. Mr. Aguila. Will you ever come back again, Sanjay Dutt? Do what's good for business? Not offering you creative control. Fine. Let's search for guys with speed skills of at least 75 who will work for less than 20 grand. How about 15 grand? You have an open contract with NEPW. Okay. You're unemployed, but you're touring. You're also touring. B-boy. Billy Dream. You're pretty interesting talent. $15. What about 16? What about 17? What about 18? What about 19? What about 20? Just doesn't want to work with us. A written contract for multiple years. What's that? What about for 19 grand a year? It's a problem we're going to start to run into now, folks. People just don't want to get... Oh, Chris Cash. Danny Dominion. Darren Smith. Smythe. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And of course, Almagito, we already tried. Remember hearing something good about Genesis in one of those, oh yeah, the indie roundup things. Jason Carter, that's a good talent right there. And he's unemployed. Josh Basor, also a nice idea. Cool. Kid Vicious, Kid Rageous. Oh, well, Nate, you have way too many commitments. Mark Gottaker. That is a fast dude. So is Matt Classic. Nate Webb is a pretty nice all-rounder outside from technical skills. So you could say the same for Rick Blade here. Samir, Sean Riddick, Seijin Aki. He is American. Sanjay Dutt, Tank Tolland, the Zebra Kid, Sieg. Alright, let's see. I was fairly interested in Genesis here. What is your story? You have been criticized for being lazy in the ring. Don't have any relations right now. What if I got you in a written contract for 5 years? What about for 3 years? What about for 2 years? What about for 2 years and 12 grand? I forgot, this is the dance where you have to get them. Now he's already working for New Era Pro. I would not expect. Let's take a look at where we line up. Who could we get people away from? We could get people away from AAA probably, the Angel Athletic Association. Let's actually see what their story is. I don't even remember when they showed up. Gran Naniwa. He likes a high-flying wrestling product. Let's take a look at their roster. He sure does like high-flying wrestling product, doesn't he? So we get guys from AAA maybe. Guys from PCW, SMWA, SWF. Oh, New Era Pro is below us too? Why did I think NEPW was above us? New Era Pro, what are you? You're a small fed. He likes a high-flying wrestling product too. Let's look at your roster. Let's He's an amazing high-speed guy. He's sort of average otherwise, but he has some great charisma. He could work on his own. Well, geez, let's look at these folks. Wow, look at this Billy Dream guy. Billy Dream, Kate Siddall, Eric Cobain. Wow, that is an amazing high-flying talent. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look at New Era Pros. I'm just gonna do a roster search, other workers, and they've already done some work for me. Let's go look at New Era Pro here. I'm gonna be that guy. Tom Carr has too many other. This guy's very talented. Seth Knight. He wants to work as a heel, as an opener. He wants to work for 15 grand an appearance. Maybe. I like Ryan Wing a lot. Ricky Reyes. He wants 10 grand an appearance. Would you agree to a written contract off the bat? All right. Fine, 10 grand. Where's your buddy Memphis Reigns? I would like to add another tag team into my ranks if I could do that. Let's go back. Let's check on our roster here. Memphis Reigns. How about getting a written contract together, huh? 3 years, 10 grand. Actually, let's get Michael Reigns first. He'll be more difficult. Memphis Reigns, ours. 3 years. Or Michael Reigns, sorry. He's now all ours. And Memphis Reigns. Boy, Michael's in here, right? I probably should have checked to see whether Michael hated anybody or loved anybody. Sure you do. You want to sign a contract with us. Yeah. Was that all we needed? That was all we needed. 22 workers. And now we have a tag team. I could set up a feud, provided they're... Let's see. Yeah, they're not over enough, unfortunately, to feud with the Moxie family right now. Because the Moxie family is shooting for the stars. And I may eventually have to form a tag team between Lazarus. Also, Lazarus, are you ready to sign a written contract with us yet? We are one of the big promotions. Get that through your head now. Well, alright. Either way, I think we now have everybody pretty much happy. We're not big enough. Our contract is nearing an end, although I'm pretty well happy with it, so... No, that's not what I wanted to check. I could change who the reports are being shown by. Ah, people have specific interests in that. Let me know, I guess. Otherwise, this has been another exciting episode, and it was a good episode, guys. Cornucopia of Violence. That was maybe one of the best shows of all time. What was our best show? Okay, it was Halloween Havoc. Last month before that, Halloween Havoc was a better show. Jarrell Clark and Scotty Mack blew the lid off the place. Not as much as Jarrell Clark and Scotty Mack. Huh? That was them kicking off their feud. Alright, folks. This has been Extreme Warfare Revenge. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see all of you next time. Bye for now.